Hey everyone, it's Calvin, also known as Wormer, and this is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations, and this is my first ever playthrough of Trials and Tribulations. I said it on Twitter and in the last video for a little bit as well, but this is possibly my favorite beginning to a trial or a case that we've ever had. I can't believe how much they set up just in the beginning hours, or hour, of this entire case. And also, we're without Phoenix right now, so the assumption is, and I've been excited to do this, that we might be playing as Edgeworth. And if that is the case, that's incredible. That is actually incredible, because we still don't know where Phoenix is right now. February 8, 2:19 p.m., Detention Center Visitors Room. Oh, it's Larry, okay, or Laurice. You're late, Edgy. What took you so long? I don't want to hear it. I chartered a private jet to come as quickly as I could. Oh, Edgeworth. Well, you should have chartered a faster one. Anyway, just listen. Something happened to Miss Elise, and Nick is Maya and Iris Bikini. So he's like, obviously he's thinking about Iris because he's very girl crazy. I think that's one of the main reasons, but I think there is like some care for Phoenix within his voice too. At least some. Say something, Edgy. Before I came here, I stopped by the hospital and paid Wright a visit. Oh, so he's in the hospital, okay. That's something we didn't know at all. I believe I have a better understanding of the situation than you at this point. So did you talk to him? The murder victim, the picture book author, Miss Elise Duinham. She was found by Wright and the head nun. The suspect is the temple's younger nun. Look at this boy. Then later, while Wright was crossing the bridge, it broke and he fell into the river. The hospital says that he'll need at least 2 days of bed rest. 2 days? That's actually pretty good for falling off a bridge into a river. Yeah, that's right, you got it. But they arrested her. My sweet little Iris. And there it was, convinced he was the one the police had arrested. Like, yeah, I guess, I love the way, like, Edgeworth is like, this is a completely different Edgeworth from the Edgeworth we knew in the original, like, the case we just had in the last one. Obviously, it's a much more mature Edgeworth, but also at the same time, it's like an Edgeworth who is, like, battle ready. And honestly, I think he has a lot more morality to him as well. However, I still don't understand what these two items are for. What are you talking about? They're things Wright gave me when I was leaving his room. Oh my god, we're gonna get to do Cyclops with Edgeworth? He said some nonsense about being able to see into people's hearts with this. And the other, he couldn't possibly be asking what I think he is. Oh, he is. He 100% is. Oh, this is amazing. That's such a good symbol of, like, you need to take on this case. At least for the first 2 days. But then again, some of these trials only take, like, 2 days. I'm begging you, Iris' trial starts tomorrow. With Nick out of the picture, you're all I've got left. You're the only one that can represent her. This is truly amazing. I'm so excited to see where this goes with this. I really am. I think what's most exciting about Edgeworth coming back into the picture is that, like, we know how good of a lawyer he is. And I'm not that good of a lawyer, so I hope I don't... We're gonna try our damned hardest this time to make Edgeworth look really good, okay? We're gonna try our damned hardest. What did you just say? You know, represent, defend. What were you expecting? Why do you think I called you anyway? I'm a prosecutor, Larry. A prosecutor. Yeah, this is something I didn't think about either. He's so used to being a prosecutor. Do you understand what I'm saying? A prosecutor is a lawyer who... Don't talk to me like a kid. I graduated from junior high, you know. Good job. Well done. Don't ever let anyone tell your accomplishments are too small, butts. Don't worry about it. I promise I won't tell. But I heard a paper badge had no problem fooling an entire court before. When was that, I wonder? How could this country's judicial system have fallen into such decay? Please, Edgy. At least listen to her. Listen to Iris' side of the story. So Wright wasn't joking when he gave me this badge after all. Yeah, this is actually... What I wonder if, like, a prosecutor would actually be a really good defender at the same time, because I don't think it would work in the opposite way, but, like, a prosecution lawyer, I feel like would know the ins and outs of how to stop a defense. Therefore would know what the best defenses are. You know what I mean? How to, like, find cracks, so you'd know where the cracks in your defense would be. This is going to be so cool. I'm sorry for continuing to say it, but this is going to be so freaking cool. Iris. Thank you for coming. My name is Iris. Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. I don't know if I can be of any help, but Well, he would have seen Dahlia Hawthorne too. I wonder if he sees a resemblance too. I will at least hear what you have to say about the murder.
Mr. Wright, how is he? Mr. Lee said that he might even die.
Fortunately, he'll be fine. Larry, you moron, how could you say something like that? He wanted to get that momentary, like, clout, you know, that momentary, like, attention from saying something serious. That's what happened. We know that's what happened. He was badly bruised when he hit the water, but otherwise he is unharmed. Yeah, and like the thing is, like, the difference between Dahlia jumping into the water and him jumping into the water is that Dahlia was prepared as a swimmer. She was a swimmer, you know what I mean? So, like, she would know the proper way to fall in. Also, when you're falling versus jumping, you know, your body kind of like goes into like a state of like shock, almost like a complete relaxation. I know it sounds weird, but your body kind of like would maybe shut down.
Thank goodness. But he's caught some kind of
nasty cold.
A cold?
He's running a high fever and drifting in and out of consciousness. I must be imagining things. This woman, I feel like I've met her before. Oh, really? With a very cool theme as well. Let's talk, Iris. Pardon me, Iris. I would like to ask you something if you don't mind. I have the distinct feeling that you and I have met before.
It must be your imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. After all, I hardly ever leave Hazakura Temple.
Hazakura Temple? What's that?
It's a place where those who wish to boost their spiritual powers come to train. You need to undergo some very difficult training to release your inner spiritual power.
Spiritual power? Did you go to that temple for that reason as well?
No, I don't have any spiritual powers. I don't need them.
In that case, what are you doing at the temple then?
I've committed some sins. Sins that I needed to pay for.
That's why this music's so good.
And why I continued to train to purify my soul.
Well, I'd like to hear more about that. Well, I guess like it's none of our business if it has nothing to do with the actual case itself. I want to ask you about last night, the night of the crime.
Alright, I helped to clean up after dinner and then went back to my room around 8 o'clock. Later I left my room to ring the lights out bell at 10.
Bell?
We ring it at the same time each night.
I see. And then?
And then I was told to go to the training hall, but I went back to my room and stayed there.
Why didn't you go to the training hall like you were asked to?
I was frightened.
Of what? Frightened?
So I just stayed in my room and meditated until the murder happened.
Until the murder happened? There's more to her story, I just know there is. Maybe I should dig a little deeper. Okay, let's talk, yeah, like frightened is right here. Let's go with that right away. You were asked to go to the training hall on the night of the murder.
Yes.
However, you didn't go. Because you say you were frightened. What exactly were you so frightened of? Oh, here we go with the Cyclops. Only two, though. Only two Cyclops. What in the world? Edgeworth's first time seeing the Cyclops. Like, what? Like...
Is there something wrong?
I'm sorry, it's nothing. It looks like she's not aware of them herself. She must have been what Wright was... These must have been what Wright was talking about. The Cyclops. I believe he said that I needed to present this magmatoma item to do something. Wow. Let's keep going with this so we can get a bit more information from Iris here. This is so cool. This is like, it's actually very terrifying at the same time, but it's so cool as well. I feel like the way he's talking, like if you look at these questions, while they're very similar to Phoenix's, I feel like the way he's talking is very concise. I don't know, I'm not saying that he's a better lawyer than Phoenix, but I'm saying that he probably like is a little bit more serious at times, which I think, you know, no way you can't say that is true. That's 100% true. Any idea? So do you have any idea as to what really occurred last night?
I think it was the result of the tremendous spiritual power that was unleashed.
Spiritual power?
Yes, spiritual training has been a cause behind many great tragedies. This incident was just another example.
Iris, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in spiritual power.
Yes, I understand. Most people don't. And I'm certain that the thing that killed the victim was a human. So please answer me this simple question.
Were you the one who killed Elise Dunham?
No, I'm not the one who took her life.
Those cyclock things aren't appearing. I suppose that means I can believe that she's not lying, so she didn't kill her.
What's wrong?
I can't believe what I'm thinking. And here I just finished saying that I don't believe in spiritual power. It appears that's about all you can tell me.
Thank you very much for listening to my story.
I visited Wright at the hospital before coming here. He asked me to take care of you. What? That's really interesting. Cause like the thing is like the way the two of them are looking at each other was if there was like this like deeper connection between the two of them. Wright sees something in Iris. You know what I mean?
Me?
Yes. At the trial tomorrow, he asked me to defend you.
If Mr. Wright has that much faith in you, Mr. Edgeworth, then I would gladly entrust my fate to your capable hands.
Oh my god, that's such a good moment. But before that, I have one question. Yes? Do you know Wright?
Why would you ask that?
Whenever you came up in our conversation, you would begin to act a little strange.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is Mr. Wright to you?
He's my boyfriend. My life partner. He's a very dear and indispensable friend. It's only 10 a.m. It's like 10:05. I don't need to be in tears already. Like, what are you? Like, Jesus Christ. It's 10 a.m. on a Sunday. Come on.
It was 5 years ago. That's when I deceived him.
You deceived him?
I heard that he was in a lot of pain afterwards because of what happened. I know that what a weak person I am. That's why I thought it was best if he never saw me again.
Is she talking? See, the thing is like, geez, this scene is like one of my favorites in the entire. I'm just wiping away like a few, like, don't worry, we're not bawling yet. We're gonna. Whew. But like the thing is like about this like scene, why I love it so much and why this part is happening again. Like I don't want to speculate too much. By the way, I don't want to speculate too much because I feel like a load of speculation just leads you down a path where like it's just a complete wrong answer. But also at the same time, I like to speculate when I have more answers and when I have more information. Right now we're at the beginning of the case. You know I speculate anyway as time goes on anyway, but we'll keep going.
I want him to just forget about me without learning the truth.
What is the truth, though? Well, if you ask me, Wright is still suffering. And until he learns the truth, I don't think he will ever be able to truly recover. Iris, it's not too late. You should go to him. Tell him the truth. I'll defend you, but only if you agree to that one condition. Look how much Edgeworth cares about Phoenix. It's so funny to me that like I hear quite often like online people don't want to play Phoenix Wright because they're very flippant about the story. They think it's too goofy or too kooky. This is my third Phoenix Wright game, and while I don't remember incredible amounts about the first game, the second and the third game for sure like have some of the most impactful emotional moments you'll see in a video game. And it's one of the reasons why I think it's ridiculous that visual novels, quote unquote, this also has a gameplay in it, like an investigation adventure types to games, like a visual novel adventure game. But like, why they're not considered like as high tier as other games, even though they are.
All right, Mr. Edgeworth, I promise.
Very well. I'll do everything in my power to get you an acquittal. This is so good. That's enough information gathering for now. I should head to the crime scene. I'm sorry that like I'm getting so sidetracked here. But this is like I can't say it's everything I've hoped for. I wanted Edgeworth and Phoenix to have like some happy reunion or to have some like beautiful reunion. But like it's like I didn't know I wanted this until it's happening, and it's happening. So we're at the Dusty Bridge, as Maya would call it. It sure is cold, all right. So this is it. Dusky Bridge. Oh wow, it's you, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, it's Gumshoe. How you doing, buddy? We haven't seen you in a whole case. Oh no, we did. We saw him. We saw him at the start of the case, actually. It's been a bit of time. Long time no see. It's been about a year. Well, it's been longer. It doesn't matter, detective. What does matter is why you're shuffling around up here. Oh, ouch. And there's that sharp left jab. Well, I'm happy to see you anyway, Mr. Edgeworth. Let me guess. You were transferred by HR to the local precinct? A wise decision. The vast amount of nothing up here should be quite easy to guard. I heard you were back up in the country and arranged to come all the way out here. Everybody was real nice. They even let me take charge in the investigation, sir. Gumshoe indeed. Like gum on your shoe, he's impossible to get rid of. I'm supposed to report on the details of the crime scene, sir. Anyway, here I am, Detective Dick Gumshoe, reporting for duty. Great. Thank you, detective. I thought Prosecutor Godot was gonna get here before me. That guy's a real mystery, I tell you. Prosecutor Godot?
So let's talk, Gumshoe. What happened, huh? What happened? Tell me what happened.
I just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case. It's simple. Well, simple as they say. Oh, you got no idea how much I've missed that biting sarcasm of yours, sir.
Me too.
But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing.
A witness?
Is it bikini? Yeah, that bikini lady.
Bikini lady?
Here on this freezing cold mountain? Well, you should talk to her yourself if you want the details, sir. I may have to talk to this bikini lady. I mean, decisive witness myself. Okay.
Like, that's what you would think when you heard her name, right? Bikini lady?
So this is the bridge that Wright fell through. Yup. I can't imagine being that reckless myself. Look before you cross is how it goes, right? What's that leap? And is there something on the other side? Yeah, some old building they call the Inner Temple. But we can't get over there without a bridge, sir. What? Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. But someone was at the Inner Temple doing some training and now they're stuck there. Yes, I heard that from... Oh, so Maya's still stuck over there. Tie a bunch of jackets together and like swing it across. Get Link from Breath of the Wild to climb up to her. Yes, I heard that from Mr. Wright. It's Maya Fey. Oh no, her again? Anyway, the air's really turbulent up here now, so we can't do
That's actually a really good way of explaining it. I like that. Because like that's the first thing a player would suggest, right? Why can't they just get an aerial extraction? You know what I mean? Like, I like that, like, even though that would have been a nitpicky thing to say anyway, as a criticism, I still like that they kind of, like, cover all bases. No one's gonna be able to reach the Inner Temple until tomorrow, sir. Will she be alright in this cold? So how did this bridge burn down anyway? We're almost 100% sure it was the lightning. Lightning? Well, I guess we can talk about lightning first because it's more natural to go into the lighting than the Prosecutor Godot if we're telling a story here. You're telling me the bridge caught on fire. I love that, like with Phoenix, I let him just do whatever he wants with the questions. With Edgeworth, we gotta tell a story. You're telling me that the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning? Yup. Last night snowed for the first time in 3 days. It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during a snowfall like that. But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck. Weather data added to the court record, a regional weather report for the night of the crime. I see. This is a very detailed weather report. Almost too detailed. It even has the exact time that the lightning struck the bridge. Oh, that? We got that information from the witness testimony. Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge? Who is this witness? Sorry, I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir. So you don't know the name? I guess then we'll go right into talk about Prosecutor Godot. So who is this Prosecutor Godot? I've never heard of him. Yeah, he's the new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but nobody can say a bad word about the guy. That's the thing. That's one of the most interesting parts about his character so far. What kind of man is he? He just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good.
If he's so good, how is it that I never heard of him and that he's lost all of his cases so far? I like that as well, like how good the character moments. Sorry, I skipped it by accident. How good the character moments are here, though, because like Edgeworth being like I should know who he is if he's good. You do know who he is, but he's like, I should freaking know. Oh, you bet he is. After all, you know who is right in the middle of it. You know who? Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godot has really got it in for Mr. Wright. Oh? Yeah, he seems to have some kind of grudge. And what would be the cause of this grudge? I don't know. Maybe he made fun of his mask or something. None of this is making any sense. I better look into this Godot myself. This is like what, like it kind of reminds me of, this is kind of like what happens with, whatchamacallit. This is what happens with, Edgeworth every single time he comes back now. He comes back and everything has changed and everything's pretty effed. Like, I still can't believe we're playing as him though. That's what's most amazing to me. So we did detention center and main gate. I guess we can only go to the main gate at this point. I guess we can move. One thing I have been like thinking about for a while now is like, I haven't been presenting this as much. What's that thing doing on your lapel, Mr. Edgeworth? Is it really that odd? You bet it is, sir. A prosecutor wearing a defense attorney's badge? That's like a detective with a license to kill. Does this little thing hold that ominous of a meaning? That's actually pretty interesting to like talk about. Actually, as well, let's look at this too. If we can read it, yeah, we can. Snow with occasional lightning strikes. Snow 7 to approximately 10:50 p.m. Lightning 10 to approximately 11 p.m. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45, around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. I didn't know they had like clocks here as well, but I guess they must. Like, clocks aren't like anti-spiritual, I suppose. Let's go to the main gate. February 8th, Hazakura Temple main gate. It's still really nice how good this looks. I'm gonna try and present my badge, especially now with now that's a different badge to every single person we talk to, because I think it just makes sense. Yo, Edgy, what took you so long? I'm so cold, my brain's turned into sherbet. I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country. What do you mean? Wright is going to be fine, and this case itself isn't anything unusual. And I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder. Hey, wait a second, hold it, objection! What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another and... What kind of lame excuse is that, and you call yourself a defense attorney? He doesn't. Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor, and that's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth, defense attorney. That just sounds plain old weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I love that they have, like, probably the two characters, who people would consider the, I guess the most, like... I don't want to say dumb, because I feel like calling anyone dumb is very an upsetting thing to do. I don't like doing that. But they're kind of, like, delightfully, like, I don't know, delightfully boneheaded. You know what I mean? That type of character? Delightfully boneheaded. I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore. Dude, Edgy, I don't see you for a couple of years and your heart turns into is it sherbet? Sherbet? I'd say more like sorbet. It is rather cold here. Iris didn't murder her. Someone else did. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one. Ever the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton to Wright, that is. So I think that's kind of like foreshadowing something. There might be a time when we do have to like pass our baton to Phoenix Wright at this time. And like if that's the case, that's the case. Like I'm not saying that that's not what's going to be happening, or that will be what's going to happen, but I think that he's going to need to get better. Come to think of it, when you were a kid, you were always saying, when I grow up, I want to be a lawyer and defend people. Oh, wow. That was a long time ago. He wanted to, oh, that's so cute. Show me a flashback now or I'm uninstalling the game. But see, now you've got a chance to follow your boyo dream for a day. Edgy, you gotta do it. You gotta save my little Iris. This is exactly why I hate childhood friends. That is so sweet. And so interesting to learn too, that Edgeworth not only wanted to be a defense lawyer, but this is his dream to be able to defend someone.
I feel like deep down, he's a little bit excited for this. He has to be on the other side of the bench as well. Let's talk to you then about Iris.
Man, I'm telling you, Iris is so cute. Right, Edgy? You think so too, don't you? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet?
To put it simply, your comment has made me highly concerned. Could it be that the reason you think she's innocent?
Come on, a girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer.
Don't make the mistake I made with the last game, okay? Cute people can murder people. It's possible. Just because they got cute haircuts and cute eyes and wear red leather jackets and have a cool smile doesn't mean they can't kill people. We're not going to name his name. He will not be named, will never be named again. Okay? And if any of you mention him in the comments, nothing will happen. I'm just, I would never punish you for that, guys.
I was right after all. I should never have come back.
So, I hope some of you know who I'm talking about, by the way. If you do comment and let me know.
No, don't worry. I see things for how they really are this time. Honest. If I had a penny for every time he said that. It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much, you know what I mean? Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry. Oh. Forget it. I didn't say anything.
You are...
Larry, where were you and what were you doing on the night of the crime? Larry. What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it? What? Get lost. Go back in your charter jet and get out of my sight, you creep. I hope your plane crashes and you can't...
Don't say this stuff this high up in the mountains, okay? You might not be able to take it back.
I'll ask just one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing?
Oh wow. The colors back there actually look very different. More Cyclops. As I suspected, it's Cyclops.
I'm sorry, man. You know me. I just don't remember. My short-term memory is a wreck, dude.
Yeah, I bet it is. I bet it is. Can we move again? We can go to the main hall. Okay, we don't have enough information to break like those Cyclops yet. We do not.
February 8, Hazakura Temple, main hall.
Hey, hello there. How you feeling?
Alright, I suppose. Oh, who's this?
My name is Miles Edgeworth.
Oh, my, a handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. If circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just...
Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I'm looking for a woman in a bikini.
Well, you have found her. Now, what can I do for you?
I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis.
If you ask nicely, I might give you a peek, big boy.
Mr. Edgeworth. This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps on getting cut.
Oh, my stomach is already growling in protest.
So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris?
Well, first, I want to hear what you know. Yeah, that's good. Her face changed completely. She looks like she'd knock my head off right now. First, I'd like to ask you about last night.
Well, last night we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple.
She must be talking about Maya.
Approximately,
Approximately what time was that?
I suppose it was about 9 when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch.
Wow, you're right. That does sound exhausting. Detective, this is no time for flattery. Sorry. I love how easily Edgeworth keeps him in place because he's still thinking that he's like a prosecutor. Like, so easily keeps this man in place. I don't know, I love it. Sometime around 11, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard. But your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here?
The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps.
I'm starting to get goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason. Oh, you get the chills pretty easily, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth?
So, also another really cool detail that they have here. We have to present our badge as well. Another really cool detail that we have here in this so far is that, like, they changed the dialogue up quite a bit too. Like, the dialogue is changing also. To have, like, him say, like, I'm not saying, like, oh, he's saying bigger words, he's so smart. But, like, he is saying bigger words than Phoenix would say. Not that they're, like, really complicated words, but he is saying bigger words than Phoenix would say. You know what I mean? So I want to present my badge as I said I would.
About this here.
Let me see. Well, as you may know, in order to see reality for what it truly is, we strive to break our attachments to much of our transient material realm.
Okay.
I guess you could call me an immaterial girl.
I guess she lives in an immaterial world, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? You freaking doing a freaking Madonna reference here? We're up for it, like, you're up for it. What you saw? What did you see? Alright then, I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard.
It must have been past 11. Ah, no, I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart.
Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie. Whoa, that is such an image.
I saw two people. One of them was laying on the ground, and the other one was stabbing her from the back with a sword.
Did you see this criminal with your own eyes?
I didn't want to believe what I was seeing. But it was Iris.
That's a deadly witness right there. You must have been quite shocked. Of course you was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. It'd be like if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of the courtroom. And I happened to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too.
I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. And when I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed. And then I passed out.
Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid. Yes, it does.
However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural.
Unnatural?
The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness.
I wonder what she means by that. As the head nun, it's your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct?
Yes, that's correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is, I've got a bad lower back.
A bad lower back?
Yes, it's especially bad in the winter, so bad that I can't even lift a bucket. 100%, I injured my knee as a teenager. I was like 17 years old, maybe 16, 17. I feel it all the time when the weather changes to the cold. It hurts. It definitely hurts. Especially with injuries like that, you know what I mean? If you have bad backs or bad bones or something like that, you feel it in the change of weather. So bad that I can't even lift a bucket. Do you remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall.
So you left the disciple all alone?
Don't be ridiculous, I could never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for the lights out.
Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? So, did this nun actually see Iris there? Yeah, we should probably try to get a little bit more details here. So, who is this acolyte that was to train at the inner temple?
Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly. Wait, what did you do to Maya?
What did you do to Maya?
And after she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course.
Special course?
I just remembered that I forgot to examine the bridge. I need to go back and do that. It's a training session where you sit in a block of spirit eyes and chant 30 times.
That sounds so rough. You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over the inner temple? She'll die!
No, of course not. You don't have to worry about that one little bit. Last night, we still hadn't started the training session itself.
Well, that's good to hear.
Oh dear, there's one thing I forgot to tell you.
Uh-oh, I don't think I like the sound of this.
Do you know that small girl? I believe she's missing my little... Yeah, where's Pearl? Pearl is still missing. So they haven't found Pearl? I was literally expecting her to literally show up at some point, like the police found her or something. They actually haven't found Pearl? Oh, you mean little Pearl? That's my face cousin. Little Pearl. I thought she was going to visit Mystic Elise after we'd finished with dinner cleanup. But I haven't seen her all since last night. She's nowhere to be found. You mean she was with the victim? It's all the fault of my stupid, creaky old back. The little girl who was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone. As they say, the plot thickens. Guys, that's going to do it for this video here, but honestly, like, if we don't get Maya out there and we don't get Pearl out there, it actually could be very serious. And if Pearl is up there, like, the thing is, I hope that she's safe. The ideal thing is that she's in, like, a warm hotel room, right? That's the ideal. But honestly, if she's there with Maya, I hope they're safe, because we don't have a lot of time. It's very cold up there. It's very cold.